Hi, this is Marlooms Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to create Brainy Smurf from the Smurfs on your loom. This is a single loom design, and we will be making his body and then his face and attaching the face afterwards. For the glasses, you just need 2 black bands, and these are thick bands. They're kind of like the limited edition bands, or you can just use 2 regular black bands. For the body, I did not count the blue or the white bands. I didn't count it, but what I'm going to do is after I film, I will count it and I will place the amount that you need in the comments down below. So check down below and I will have placed how many white bands and blue bands that you need. So gather your supplies and then we will begin. For the eyes of Brainy, I have used these tiny little beads. They're kind of, this one's scratched up. They're like E-beads, and this is what they look like. They're small, and if you don't have these for the eyes, don't worry about it. You can use a band. I'll show you that part. And for the nose, I just use a regular large pony bead. Again, if you don't have a large pony bead, you can just use the same color as his body, and I'll show you what to do at that part. So gather your supplies and we shall begin. So the first thing you're going to do for Brainy Smurf is we're going to make both of his feet. So for the feet, you're going to take 2 white bands and place 2 here on those 2 pegs, and then a single band. These were 2 bands. Take a single and place it from here to here and from here to here. And then you're going to take 2 bands. So these were 2 bands, and this is a single and a single. Now take 2 again, and put 2 here, and turn in. The same thing on this side, place 2 here, and then turn in. And then in the middle, 2 bands here, and 2 here. Then take a single band and make a triangle band. Take another single and wrap it around this peg only 3 times. So you're going to do that again. We're going to make the other foot, starting with, again, 2 bands. Place it on these 2 so they're not close when we're looping. Those were 2 bands. This is a single from here to here, and a single from here to here. Now the rest are doubles again. 2 here, and turn in. 2 here, and then turn in. 2 in the middle, and 2 here. Again, a single band on these 3, and then another single band on this peg, only 3 times around. So now we can loop them. You're going to reach underneath where the cap band is and grab the first 2 and loop it forward. Reach underneath, grab the next 2 and loop it, and the next 2 and loop it. Now you're going to reach in here, push these back, grab the bottom 2, loop forward, then grab that single band and loop forward. Again, same thing here, grab these 2, loop forward, single band, loop to the middle. Reach in here and loop these forward, and then reach in the middle, push all these bands back, and loop those 2. Let's do that again. Cap band, grab the top 2, loop forward. Next 2, loop forward, and these 2 loop forward. And then grab these, loop forward, and these, and then grab the single band and loop it to the middle, both single bands. So we loop this single and this single to the middle, and then the middle, loop forward, push all those bands back, grabbing the bottom two and looping it forward. So now if you have a spare hook or a toothpick, you can take these off and place it. So I'm just going to grab my spare and pull it off slowly. Place it to the side. So we did the feet. Now we're going to do the Smurf's hands. And for the hands, or the arms actually, you're going to take two bands, two blue bands at a time. And the color that I'm using for the Smurf is Rainbow Loom's Neon Blue. I like the way that color looks. You can use any shade of blue if you want. This is the color that I liked a lot though. And you're going to go down 5 times. And then take a single band and wrap it around that peg 4 times. Do the same thing again, go down 5 times on your loom using double bands. And then cap it. And then loop forward. Remove it. Place it to the side. And now we have completed the bottom feet portion of the Smurf and then the arms. And now you can just do the ears. For the ear, you just take a single band, wrap it around your hook 4 times, and then grab 2 more blue bands and transfer that knot onto those 2 bands, and then just place it to the side. That's one ear. Again, a single band wrapped around your hook 4 times, grab 2 bands and transfer this on and place that to the side. So you should have made the arms, the ears, and the bottom of the Smurf's feet. And now we can get to making the body part. So you're going to take 3 blue bands and place 3 here. Then take another 2 blue bands and go to the left and to the right. And then you're going to take your blue bands again and you're going to go down 4 times. 1, 2, you're going to go down 4 times on each row. So you can just fill in each row with 4. Going down 4. So once you have gone down 4 times, then you are going to switch to your white bands. There's 2 here. Another 2 here. Then on the middle, place it on that peg, and the same thing, 2 from here to here. Then go down 3 times on the outside, not in the middle, just on both sides. Again, 1, 2, and 3. If you want, you can grab your Smurf's feet and you can place it on that peg right here. So now you're going to push the bands down because we're adding another layer. And grab your blue bands again. And on this side, you're going to place 2 bands. Another 2 blue. And another 2. So you match the bottom row. And then you are going to grab 2 white bands. Place 2 white here. And 2 white here. So you should have overlapped 4 sets of blue, 2 white. Then grab a single white band. And on this peg right here, wrap it around only 3 times. You're going to do the same thing on this side. 2. And then switching to the white. And then on this peg, wrap it around 3 times. So now you can add your arms. And push them down just a little bit because we're going to be adding the holding bands or triangle bands. You're going to take a single band, a blue, and underneath the arm you're going to create the triangle. And then the next set, triangle band, another blue, and now you're switching to your white. Place a triangle band on those 2 and on these 3. So you should have 1, 2, 3 blue and 1, 2 white. So 5 triangle bands altogether. And now we're going to loop the top layer first. So you're going to reach in over here where we have the band that we wrapped around 3 times. And you're going to push that back and grab the first 2 white bands. There's a set on the bottom. You're not touching that. Here's a triangle band. Push that back. Grab the first 2 white bands inside. And loop forward. Same thing here. Push that triangle band back. Top 2 blue, loop forward. You're just continuing to grab the top 2 and making sure that you leave the bottom bands. So you should have looped to the arm, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. Reach in underneath the cap, grab the top two white, loop it forward. Reach in here, grab the top two white, loop forward. Reach in here, top two blue, and the same thing until you get to the arm. Once you have done that, you're going to make sure, we're going to pop this layer off and place it to the side. You're going to make sure you do not remove the band that's on the arm, and you're not removing the very last one right here, the cap band. So you're leaving this on this peg and on this one. And what I like to do, I just make sure it doesn't pop off. It usually doesn't. Is put your thumb on the band, on the peg that has the arm, place your finger underneath, and pop up and over to the side. See? Like that. Again, reach under, and those two popped off for me, so I'm just going to do the next one. Pop up and over like this to the side. And you are removing this one, but not this one. So place your thumb on here and grab these, pop up and over to the side, and make sure your triangle bands are laying on the right way. You want this band above, and it should look like a triangle. Same thing on this side. Place your thumb on here so it doesn't fall off. Pop up, over to the side, up, over to the side, and again, place your thumb on this one, pop this up, and over to the side. And make sure your triangle bands are laying right. You don't want them like that. You want one above and one laying, resting underneath those two. So now we can reach in underneath the feet, pull on it, grab those two white bands, and loop forward. Same thing, reach this, loop forward, these, loop forward. So now we have this band right here that's holding the extension. You're going to enter the peg and push that back, and you're grabbing this band right here in the middle. So it's right here, the second set. Reach in, push the cap band back, and reach in for the middle white bands and loop it to this peg right here. And you should, you know you did it correctly if you have this band remaining. If you've pulled on this one, then you didn't do, you didn't pull on the right one. Same thing on here. Reach in and loop. Push the cap band back, grab the top two white bands, and loop it to the middle. Now you should have a remaining white band here and here. You're going to re-enter the peg, push back, grab those two white, loop forward. Same thing here. Grab the bottom two, loop forward. Reach in here, push all these bands back, grab the two white bands, and loop forward. We're going to be entering each peg, and you're going to push the triangle band back and just grab the bottom bands and loop them forward. Take a quick look, make sure you have the teardrop shapes to make sure that you've been looping everything. Loop to the arms, loop the middle, and then reach in and bring those bottom two bands to the middle. Same thing here. Push the armband back, grab the bottom two, loop to the middle, reach in here, and push all those bands back, and grab those 3 neck bands, and loop it forward. Now, I like to take a random color and just make a slip knot, not a very tight one, but just to hold the neck together. So just make a little slip knot, and then you can remove your Smurf. I'm not going to yank mine off. At first, if you do yank it, it's going to look stretched. A lot of the times the bands do settle depending on, if you're using Rainbow Loom, they usually should settle. If you're using an off-brand, it could stretch too much. So this is what it looks like. If you just give it a quick squeeze, it should start taking shape. And now we are going to make his head. So for the head, you're going to start with your white bands, and you are going to go down 4 times on each row. So go 4 here. So from the middle, just go down 4 times. Once you have gone down 4 times on each row, go from the middle, still using 2 bands, middle from here to here, and then after you have crossed over, you're going to go down 1, 1, and 1 time, like that. But these are all double bands. Everything here is using 2 bands at a time. So this is your setup, and now we're going to switch to the color blue. Place 2 here, and 2 here, and then turn in. Same thing, 2, 2, and turn in. And then you can just fill in the middle with blue. So now we have to add the eyes and the nose. For the nose, I'm just going to use a large pony bead, and I just going to slide the single band through that large pony bead and place it from here to here. If you don't have a large pony bead, you can take a single blue band and wrap it around itself 4 times. Take another single blue band, wrap it around. So this one's wrapped around 4 times on your hook. This one's wrapped around itself. Transfer that on. Grab the loop. And then another blue band, slide it through. And that would be your nose. You can place it from this peg to this peg like that. And then for the eyes, I'm going to be using those tiny beads that I told you about. and they're tiny enough that a band does not fit through it unless I use a piece of dental floss. But if you don't have small tiny beads, I will show you what to do with a band. So let me show you first with the bead. If you're using a bead, you just take your dental floss and thread it through the bead, grab a white band, and then re-enter the tip of that dental floss through the bead, and then you pull, and that's how you can get your band through. And so you would need to do that 2 times. If you do not have that, then you're going to take two dark blue bands, because Brainy Smurf has blue eyes. You can do a black band if you want. I'm just going to do the dark blue. And 2 white bands. You're going to take the blue band and wrap it around your hook 4 times. Take the white band, wrap it around, pull on it, and transfer that. And then grab the other loop. Again, a single blue, dark blue band wrapped around your hook 4 times. A white band wrapped around itself. Transfer these on and grab the other loop. And then you would grab a blue band and you would slide both eyes onto your blue band like this. And then the eye goes here and the other eye goes here. And you just slide it across and you open up the band in the middle and place one band resting above the peg and the other one resting below the peg. Now if you're using the beads, you're going to take your loop, place it on your hook, and you're going to twist that loop, place your hook through it, take this loop, place it on your hook, and twist it around. Same thing again, take that loop, place it on your hook, twist it around, take the other loop, put it on your hook, twist it around. And then you would transfer this onto a blue band as well. You want to try to grab those 2 pieces at a time so they go on evenly. And that would be your eyes if you are using tiny beads, which I am going to do also. So you place your eye from here to here, the same thing as the other one. Separate the eyes, open them up, the bands in the middle, and place one band resting above the peg and one below it. And now you're going to place a triangle band from here to here. And you're going to push everything down because we're adding an overlapping layer. So now you're going to grab 2 white bands, and from the top it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4th peg, you're going to place 2 bands here and 2 here. So this is what it should look like. It's 1, 2, 3, the 4th peg, 2 sets of white, and then a blue, another set of a blue, and then from here to the middle. Now you're going to do the same thing on this side. 2 white over here, 2 here, a set of blue here, blue, and then from this peg turning into where the chin would be, right here. Now we're going to add the ear so we don't forget. Grab the ears and you're placing it right here where the nose is. Same thing on this side. Place the other ear where the nose is. I have placed the ear one peg above, but it made him look like he was an elf. And it just looked silly. It just looks a lot better with the ears a little lower. So now take a single blue band and you're going to place a triangle band over the 3 bands where the ear is. And then another triangle band on these 3. And a triangle band over the eyes. You're skipping these 3 right here. And you're going to this one and placing a single on these 3. A single band wrapped around itself on these 3. And then another single band wrapped around itself on these 3. So on the top, on the second, on each row, you place a cap triangle band, a single, you skip to these 3, a single triangle band, a single triangle, and a single triangle. Now we're going to grab the body. So grab your body, and if you did the slip knot, undo it, and you're going to grab 3 loops here and 3 loops here. And you're going to place these on this peg here. Make sure you have all 6 bands on here. And what I like to do is I like to pull on him a little and hold him down so that I can see inside. And while you're in there, grab the top 2 bands. And mine are going to the left. Grab the next top 2. And mine are going to the right. Now you're going to reach in here. And you're pushing this back right here and grabbing the top 2 inside right here. And when you pull on it, you should see that the top layer is being pulled. You should not have grabbed the bottom. Again, here is the triangle band. Push that back as well as the ear. So you're pushing the ear and the triangle band back and grabbing the top 2 blue bands and looping it forward. Place your loom to the side and make sure that when you pulled on it, you pulled the right band and that the remaining blue is untouched. Push this triangle band back, grab the top 2 white and loop forward. Reach in here, top 2 white, loop forward. Push down. Same thing on this side. Reach in here, push this back, grab the top 2, loop forward. Check to see that you pulled the right band and this is untouched. Reach here, pushing the triangle band and the ear back and grabbing the top 2 bands, looping forward, top 2 white, top 2 white. So now we're going to remove this layer and place it to the outside the same way I've done my Christmas elf. And to do that, you are not removing these bands that are on these 2 pegs. And just to be safe, you're going to take your thumb and hold it. Grab the second set right here, the one that is looped. Pick it up and place it to the side. So you should have had this one pop off. And now the ear, I like to pinch the ear so that I don't rip the bands. And place it to the side. And you are removing this one. Usually we don't, but on these designs you do. So you're going to pinch right here. You should have seen that it came off like this. And place it to the side. And there's a triangle band and you want it to look like that. Make sure take a good look to make sure that your triangle band is resting where it should. One band above that peg in the middle and the other underneath. That your ear is off and that you have not removed this band. Again, on this side. Place your thumb on this peg, pinch the second set, pop up and over to the side. And the ear, pinch the ear, pop it up. Oh my god, I lost the nose. But I'm gonna get him. If you lose your nose, just put him back. So you popped up the ear and place it to the side. And we are popping off, so I'm pitching these two right here and placing it over to the side like that. Once you are confident that you have done this correctly, we're going to re-enter the neck and loop the rest of the face. So pull on his neck, reach in, grab the top two, that are fighting with me. Here we go. Here's the top two, and mine went forward. The next two go to the left, and the remaining two went to the right. So now that whole bottom portion is looped. Now I'm going to reach in here, push all these back, grab the bottom two bands, and loop it to the peg above. Same thing here, reach in, bottom two, loop forward. So we loop both these, loop the middle, reach in here, there's a whole bunch of bands going on. All you have to do is push everything back and just grab the bottom two, loop forward. Same thing here, bottom two, loop forward. Reach in where the nose is, loop forward. And that middle white band, loop forward. These two right here, push the triangle band back, loop the white. Same thing here, loop the white. Now we're going to reach in here and we're grabbing the top two, and that belongs to these right here, because there's two sets of bands there. So just grab the top two first and loop it to the middle. Again, top two, loop to the middle. Remaining two, go forward. So you're re-entering these pegs because you have the remaining two on this side too, and go forward. So you looped to the middle and then the remaining two forward. Reach in here, push all the way back, bottom two, loop forward. Loop forward, loop forward. Triangle band, push back, loop forward. So we've looped all the way forward. Grab two white bands, and first you're going to take these two, all these, and place it to the middle, and all of these and place it to the middle, and then take your hook and reach in, grab two bands, pull it through, bring it forward onto your hook and make a little slip knot. And then remove him slowly. And we have to pop his nose through when he comes off, so it's going to look like he has no face. And same thing if you're using bands or for the nose and for the eyes, you have to just adjust his face. His nose does pop out of the other side. It really depends on what you want. If you like the way he looks on the other side, you can leave it. Just choose, I guess, the side that you like the best, and you can pop his nose through if you want. So this is that side. I don't like it. I'm going to pop him through the other side. So take the nose, and I'm going to pop them through, and then I'm going to take the eye and adjust it. And I just think this side looks a lot neater. Fix his arms. And if you want, if his face is like really tight, you can take it and stretch it out just a little bit to loosen him up. He'll look a lot neater. And then for the glasses, I'll show you what I did. I took the two thick black bands, or like limited edition bands, and then I took a regular band, and I created a slip knot. I took the two limited edition bands, the thicker rounded bands, with the regular black band, and I took the, why do I keep flinging this? Brought it through, and I create a slip knot. And then you have to try to separate it. See, these separated pretty nicely. Then you can take the middle, go through the back, and come up the middle of his face, like right here, and take that single band and pull it through. And do some adjusting to make it look like his glasses. And then he looks like Brainy. And for the slip knot, what I like to do is I go through the back and I come out the third hole, like 1, 2, like from the top, and I grab those slip knot bands and I pull it through. It kind of gives it that curve that their hat has. It has that little bump on top, and I pulled that through. So there is your Brainy Smurf. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is the other one. And then I'm going to be uploading Papa Smurf. His face is just a little different. The body's basically the same, but the face is different. And I hope you enjoyed it. And if you make one, you can show me on Instagram. You can hashtag Marlooms Creations, or you can show me on my Facebook page, which is also Marlooms Creations. And thank you for watching.